How's it going, everybody? Rob here, back with another video for you guys. And, well, we are going to do some reaction stuff. This time around, look at some videos from Tats Tops. Should be fun. Starting off, we're going to look at his top 8 programs he uses for, or they use for top videos. So, without further delay, here we go. This is going to be awesome.
Lots of viewers have asked exactly how I make my videos. Well, to be honest, it's not too terribly difficult. Just a few simple programs and we're on our way. So here's a quick view on the programs I use to make top videos.
Which a lot of these programs are probably going to be outdated. It's, you know, honestly cool to see some of the programs you would have used back in the day. I mean, I think this, yeah, it came out like 11 years ago, so just for the sake of it, I mean, it's always cool to see some of the programs you would have used.
3ds Max. With this program, I create personal 3D animations. These include game characters, levels, props, and rotating text. This program allows the creation of many different objects. I mainly create props and levels, but at times will animate personal characters for animations. While it isn't used much, when I do use it, I can save any render as a movie clip. Be aware though, higher quality renders produce longer load times.
They do.
The animation could last for something up to 17 or more hours depending on the computer memory.
I've dabbled with DAZ 3D, and yeah, it takes a while.
Text allowed.
Okay.
This program is what I use to create XJ's voice. It's a free program and allows any word to be repeated and saved via WAV file. While at times the program will incorrectly say the name wrong, it will allow you to come up with ridiculous and hilarious names just in order for it to say it right.
Alrighty.
Hypercam. Yes, it's relatively old, but it's the only freeware screen that works pretty well. I'm sure by the end of this, you lot will be bombarding me with loads of freeware screen capture links. Well, this program is simple and allows you to choose any particular area of the screen you want to capture. It's pretty decent and I've not had much problems, save for windows sometimes being transparent when they shouldn't be.
Huh. The more you know.
Adobe Photoshop. This program definitely comes in handy when using custom thumbnails for YouTube. Like any standard art program, Photoshop comes with many handy tools and tricks to make really interesting work. Adobe Photoshop also works with pen tablets, so creating work got that much more easier.
I know a lot of, I could probably guess that a lot of people use, what's it called? As you just said, Adobe. But me personally, I use a program called Clip Studio Paint. It's a program that some people use for manga creation or comic book creation. So, but it has a lot of cool features. Like, I wish I could show you guys an example. In fact, I probably could show you guys an example. Let me just adjust that. So that way you guys can see just a second of some of the stuff I would create for my thumbnails. Didn't think I would be doing this in this video. As you guys can see, here's an example of some of the things I've been doing. This is the layout for my Warframe thumbnails that I have for the game. As you guys can see, I use 2 different layers for the text to get this effect. Then I have another layer for the actual game logo. With my border I would use for all of my thumbnails. Well, the one specifically for Let's Plays. And then I would have the background images. Or at least my background images, where it's different, like, images for the game. And so on. I mean, I'll say, like, I've know like I've seen a lot of people use Adobe, and I was using that one most because well, um, between Adobe and Clip uh, Clip Studio Paint, I would say it was the more cost effective.
I still use this.
So it was a kind of a no-brainer for me. All right, as the audio kind of freaking, that was weird. Anyway, let's go ahead.
Handy program for most art-related videos. Audacity. Audacity allows me to record my narrations as well as edit other people's. The program also allows me to add effects such as amplifying the track and adding bass boost or removing static noises.
Yeah.
Audacity is actually very important to me, as when I record game character voices from my Xbox 360, I connect the cables directly to the PC via line-in audio. This allows me to record straight to Audacity's recording software, allowing me to adjust particular parts of the clip. While it isn't perfect, Audacity tends to not favour well in other audio formats and will on occasion crash at recording time frames up to 8 minutes.
Interesting. I gotta say, like, I know that was a big one for a lot of people. As for recent years, I'm glad that, like, let's say programs like Elgato or freaking Streamlabs, for that matter, they've added a feature, or they made it video creation friendly. And for a lot of times, especially when you're recording, like, let's say audio, they give you the option to basically separate the audios for both gameplay and yourself speaking to different tracks. Or at least I found out recently. It took me a while, but I found out recently that Streamlabs does the same thing too, where you establish the multiple tracks, which audio source goes to which track, and when you edit it, or at least when you use, like, let's say, because I use Movie Studio Movie Studio 17 Platinum to edit my videos. When you drag and drop the video, it will show the multiple tracks. So pretty cool that they, again, over the years have become, like, content creation friendly for a lot of people, especially when, a lot of times you don't at first glance you don't get the audio right, or it no longer has to be, like, picture perfect. Well, I mean, it does, but you guys get what I'm saying. Because a lot of times, when people have recorded back in the day, it did not mix well, and people had to go back and forth just trying to, like, re-record the same thing over and over again.
KeepVid and SaveFrom.net.
Okay.
Well, not technically programs, KeepVid is a website that allows me to take YouTube videos and download them. This handy website allows different file types and screen qualities. The website can be slightly buggy at times, but it's still an easy to use system. By right-clicking the URL above the YouTube page and pasting the link into the KeepVid website, file links will become active for download.
There's a lot of programs that did that. And, I'm gonna... Oh my gosh, I don't want to do this, but freaking A. That just reminded me of a lot of the people, like, a lot of the content creators, that had videos done on them. They're like, oh, they're stealing my content. Actually, I think in recent memory, Quantum TV, oh, they're stealing my content. Oh, they're, like, they don't know, like, mostly for context for a lot of the things he was saying and doing. And overall, like, it's just so dumb. It's just so dumb. I'm sorry. It's just... YouTube is funny sometimes. That's all I'm going to say. YouTube is funny and entertaining, and some of the people are entertaining. Especially the ones that don't understand copyright and fair use. Anyway,
SaveFrom.net is very similar to KeepVid, be it more reliable if you're having Java problems accessing KeepVid. This handles in exactly the same way by pasting a link and saving it into the appropriate formats.
Okay.
Source Filmmaker. Source Filmmaker is a Steam program I use to animate video game characters at the start of most of my videos. By popular request, most of the animations are usually silly and vary in terms of what the video is about. Getting to grips with the program first time around is usually extremely difficult as there's no help. It is. People familiar with basic 3D programming will quickly come to grips with what is on offer here. This handy program will allow you to place video game characters from all sorts of games and weapons and props and adjust them into the maps from other locales. It even allows you to adjust ridiculous facial animation and eye movement. Great care is needed though to create some fluid animation. This program is especially fun to use, and while many have complained about the intros at the start of the video, I enjoy making them, and for many others they enjoy it too, and it's what makes this channel completely unique when it comes to top videos.
It's stunning how many people think that light moves faster through expensive fiber optic cables than it does through cheap ones.
I've dabbled with Source Filmmaker. Not the best with like trying to do animation. I really sucked at it. But you know, just trying to learn it, it was fun. Even though I was a little bit frustrated that I couldn't get it. But you know what? I'll say that, like I said, it's an interesting program, especially when, you know, actually no, back in the day, like stuff like Valve or whatever use that to promote their videos. With games like Team Fortress 2 and so on. I think it was like Team Fortress 2, freaking Half-Life, and I also believe what's it called? Left 4 Dead, I think. That was the program used to promote some of those games, which is, again, pretty cool.
Sony Vegas.
Oh my gosh.
This program is what I use to make and produce all my videos. The program is very simple to use for anyone who has already had great experience for using basic video editing software. Similar in terms of Adobe.
I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna be honest here, man. If you want basic, it would have been like, you know, Windows Movie Maker back in the day. That was simple. That was like very, very simple, and very, very limiting.
Premiere, Vegas includes great video effects like Starburst and TV Simulator. Not only can you insert almost all video types, but it actually comes with unlimited video and audio tracks. When it comes to multiple videos and lots of effects, this is where Sony Vegas falls short of being amazing. It does have some technical problems like sudden crashes, projects corrupting or not saving files, but it's still a very, very great product to have, and definitely one for any video auditing software out there.
That's really cool. Like I said, I myself, I use Movie Studio 17 Platinum. It's an older, I think they're like in like Movie Studio 20 now, which down the line I may upgrade depending on how I feel and money. But overall, I mean, it's a decent program. I personally enjoy it. It's easy to put together tracks. With each track, especially with the audio tracks, you can adjust the levels. Some of the features are really nice with that one. And depending on I would say your computer, depending on what you're capable of, I mean, because I'll say a lot of my videos are, I wish I could go higher down the line, but a lot of my videos are at a crisp 1080p 60 frames per second. It would be nice to go up to like 4K down the line for those videos, but a lot of times that takes a lot of data. So all in all, you know, that I will say that's a pretty cool list from Tats Tops, especially when it comes down to you know, video creation, because it's funny. I'll say, like, one of my biggest things is it's always been funny when people have come at me, and this has come from people I've known in short term and people I've learned I known from long term. Having this assumption that it's easy to create videos, that it's easy to do or work on like a piece of art. It's not. It takes time. It takes know-how. And sometimes I'll admit I stumble with a lot of times, but as I've progressed, I've learned. And thankfully, with a variety of different little techniques here and there, videos that I've produced get a lot better and, look a little bit nicer. So, no, it's always cool to see what other people have done to kind of improve their craft, so to speak. And I'm sure, like, as time has progressed, some of these programs that Taps has used has become obsolete, and he's used various other things, or at least newer programs. So, anywho, I'll say this was a good video. This is a nice little video to watch. So, for everybody, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Truly appreciate it if you guys can. Please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, links are in the description down below, as well as check out our daily content and the weekly podcast. With that being said, this is Rob Novakast signing off. Have a good one. Take care. And I'll see you guys next video.